Being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
We're behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. Do that, we'll be all right.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the CTS-Sports room. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Special Teams Podcast. And today, we will be talking about the Kentucky Wildcats football team. Will they beat Georgia and win the East? I don't know. Maybe. Georgia going through a quarterback change. This is the year they can probably slip up and do it. But they do it. I don't know. But today, I have a special guest on. A real Kentucky blue blood, a real Kentucky fan, my guy Matt Hall. We're gonna talk about the Kentucky football team. We're gonna talk about Kentucky football today. And I know this is a Bama channel. I want to hear nothing but Bama. But we're gonna talk about Kentucky today. So I'm about to bring my guest in, Matt. Give him some love. Treat him like family, cause he is. So, hey, what's going on?
Oh, just
Okay. Guys, something going on with my chat today. I can't even see y'all comments. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try it again for y'all though. I'm gonna try it again, but yep, something going on in the chats today, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if y'all comment and put it in the comment or something, but so Kentucky football. First off, we're gonna get this out of the way. Kentucky basketball. I want to appreciate y'all for that win the other week. Alabama basketball, we on top right now. We winning, so thank y'all for that win. It always feels good to beat Kentucky as a Bama fan. Especially knowing y'all tradition and history about basketball. So I want to ask, what are your feelings about right now about Kentucky basketball team? Okay.
well, so I'm a Kentucky fan, so we are about the most passionate when it comes to basketball, and fall into the trap of only seeing what's in front of me. That's just like Alabama football teams. It's a crisis. Alabama football, and then in the week. They say we're the SEC's out of college basketball. So, man, I think we definitely have the talent. I'm the we're probably the most talented team. Alabama's on top right now because, I mean, just like we always do, for a bench. But the last couple of years, the coaching has not conformed to the try to make players fit in the system that they. Of course, that falls. I believe he has made the changes. He went to like a 3-guard lineup, having 2 bigs in there, and just. I mean, we played really, really good the last. We're leading the SEC in 3-point percentage. I don't know. Moving forward, home. So that's always fun. What's that? The SEC Big 12 Challenge. There's gonna be some fun games to watch tonight. I'm looking. We'll see. I think we've turned the corner, but we did turn the corner or not.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat, Eric Ross. Good morning. I appreciate you, Spencer Roll Tide. Appreciate you for tuning in this morning. Yeah, tonight. Yeah, Kentucky and Kansas. That's gonna be interesting tonight. That's gonna be very interesting. I will be watching. So
I mean, we got Texas too. That's a big one. I play one of the better Big 12 teams.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop into this football. Oh, Kentucky football. For Kentucky football, it's been better than it has been, up and down. But
yes,
for Kentucky football, me personally, I think it's football. Kentucky, we automatically think basketball. With Willis at quarterback this year, what were your expectations coming into the season?
So I think pretty high expectations, but I also had some questions. You have a top 10 draft potentially as quarterback, so expectations. But my one worry was we lost to the NFL and Alabama and Georgia, where they could just plug and play. Thought we'd get through the first few minutes of line figured out this year. Like Mark Stoops is known for having, but his thing, a lot of us, we had Moores and a freshman playing offensive line, and just never could. We had to end up playing a lot of 12 and 13 sets where you 2 tight end, max protection kind of, you just in the SEC if you can't, it's going to be a long game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was my. I just think that we had a lot of talent this year. I just really our offensive lines could not, couldn't spread the stagnant because the offensive line could not thing. And then we didn't have a pass rush this year. With the way Stoops plays defense, he plays great kind of secondary. It works. A lot of people do it, but you have to have the lead. We just didn't have the win those one-on-one battles with the pass. We had to blitz a lot, which Mark Stoops staple. He's a win. He likes to win one-on-one battles on the get after you on the edge, but and a lot of times that didn't even go. It was a mixed bag this year. A lot of injuries too. Will played good this year, but
Yeah.
he's a mobile for being a big guy. He's a very mobile quarterback. He had that ankle. He hurt his ankle and what? I think it was the Florida game. He hurt his ankle. He wasn't. He wasn't able to get. Like the end of. So I don't know. Kentucky football. We still had a winning record. So
yeah. And like I say, for Kentucky football, to me, for Kentucky football, it's good. It was good. It was good. Speaking of Kentucky football, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not. It's years ago. It's definitely not.
Yeah. Hey, I remember the hefty lefty. He made me think I could play.
Rest in peace.
He made me think. Yeah. I think his last thing he was trying to play. I think he was playing arena football or something like that. But I remember him.
Yeah, like
I feel like I can play quarterback. Yeah.
But man,
I can play quarterback.
That guy I was actually at the game. I think one or two. I can't remember where we were playing LSU and they did that with like a second left on the clock with the helmet. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was actually, but he threw for yards in that game and 5 touchdowns. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude was good. I cannot.
He could sling
it. Knock it.
He played 3 or 4 years too. I mean,
Yeah.
NFL snake as a backup for a while too.
So I got another question that I'm about to add in. So Mike Leach, what was your what were some of your memories on Mike Leach, man?
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know. He was an assistant coach at Kentucky. Him and Hal Mummy, coach from late 90s, early 2000s, they made the air raid offense what it was together.
Yep.
At Kentucky, and the hefty lefty after air raid offense that and Hal Mummy kind of designed at Kentucky. That air raid offense kind of came from Kentucky in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep. A lot of people don't know. Yep, that's true.
It made that offense made Tim.
So overall thoughts on Will Levis. Did you expect more this year? Like, what was your overall thoughts on Will Levis?
Look, with a bum ankle, but the thing is, if you can't control the edge, the middle, you and it's not gonna matter. Problem this year.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm on the outside, but if you and I'm not even talking. I'm talking like even in Mississippi State teams like that. If you're not gonna play well. For the fact.
Yeah.
And that was that Will didn't have a good season. He had a good season. He had a first-round draft pick. If you can't, if you're offensive, you're not going to do anything. So.
Yeah. King Brian, Kentucky will beat Alabama before they have a chance to beat us. King Brown, thank you for tuning in. Oh, man. Okay. So,
I
go ahead.
kind of agree with them. Georgia is on a level right now. They just got the number one. They just got that. I was reading the other day. Georgia country or something like that. And
I thought they have another crazy tight end that's about to sign in, I think maybe February. Like I've been saying it, man. Georgia is ridiculously good. These last 2 years, like you can't deny it. You can't.
You can't. But you know, like Nick Saban, there's other teams that recruit really state. Oklahoma recruit really well, top talent. They're, it's every year. It's 100% the coaching of those teams. Like, Nick Saban, you can't say having the best talent because Ohio State has the best talent. It always has the best talent. It's being able to make the culture and put that team together, and Georgia's got that going right. Sorry, my dog just jumped.
Nah, man, that's okay. That's okay. I have 5 kids, and sometimes my 5 kids they put on their own little show in the background. So Spencer asks, do y'all think I need more help on the defense side or offense side of the ball? Because he sees both sides. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I agree. And I think we in the portal we went out and we. So we'll see how that. Let me look. I kind of did. Oh yeah. So we got Northern Illinois, and then in the Tanner out of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got lost, transferred out. Alabama, so it's just got to be some talent there. He was a 4. And then this Marcus, Northern Illinois, he's a senior. On him the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's got an SEC body, but at Northern Illinois and control things. So
I think I got it.
I mean,
I see I got a dude from Ohio State as well, too, right?
We got so we stay and a guy from Cincinnati like corner. So Stoops likes those longs, and we got it's crazy because we got J.Q. Hart. I can't never think of the first name because I remember both of these guys at corners. We recruited both. Whenever they were coming out of high school, we almost got both of them. It was between Cincinnati for both those kids, and, from now. So that's good because we love Denzel Valentine too. It was a position in need for sure. But pass rush is where we really got because this little stretch of like the last of Stoops really having good teams a couple times lines in the SEC those years, and I think we'll get back to that. I do. Mark Stoops. He's 3 yards in the cloud of dust. So
Yeah.
he's
So what y'all offensive quarterback for the second stint? How did you feel about when you got that news?
about it. We had, I can never think of his name, the offensive coordinator. We had, he came from
Liam,
San Francisco. I thought
yeah,
Liam Cohen until we got back, but the one we had from San Francisco, and I thought he was going to be a lot like Liam, and he just I don't think him is this year, and it just but I like Liam. I think Liam's a good pedigree, NFL / college. The 1 year we probably had in the country, so that helped make. I think we're going to get back to that. Happy. I like he kind of Stoops' philosophy of take shots. That's more of a Stoops style. So I'm happy about it. I'm excited.
Okay, so we kind of talked about it a little bit already. Where do you think Kentucky program needs to improve? And you were saying basically pass rushing, right? Pass rushing.
Yeah, because like in this, we didn't have that guy that could get a one-on-one battle.
Yeah.
On the end, because in the past, we've had Darius Smith, Bud DePrew, Josh Allen, you name it. We've had those guys that on the edge that you had to count up there. He had to look. Oh, where's Josh Allen? You had to find him. Because if you didn't, you were going to be on your back real quick.
Yeah.
And we didn't have. And and the thing is, I just named all those players off. Guys playing on Sunday right now, and you would have been like five guys in the NFL, like just off,
Yeah.
So you would have never thought. So, but we got some young edge rushers, freshmen and sophomores, some red shirts. They didn't get a lot of playing time, but I think this year we're going to see a lot more experience, and edge rush is definitely going to be better this year.
Is Kentucky starting to put more money in football? Seems like they are on basketball. What's your thoughts on that? That's from me.
Well, as John Calipari says, Kentucky and Kentucky, John Calipari has his own. So I mean, are they spending on? They are spending more money on football. They just gave Stoops the big extension, but I mean, in the state of Kentucky, team wins 7, 8 games. Yeah, we'd like to see better. Basketball's king, and I mean the money's always going to go down.
We're going to spend the money. I was talking about one time before. Vanderbilt would have actually invest money in football. And the reason why I say Vanderbilt, because of where they're located at. Like, Vanderbilt is one of those places in Nashville. If it wasn't for Atlanta, you can easily have the national championship there. They have everything around them to build what they need to at Vanderbilt if they were to invest money into that football program for real. And some people thought I was crazy, but some people seeing it. Mm-hmm.
They're very central located. I mean, they can get after it, all the stuff, like kid that lives in if a kid that lives in the going to Nashville ain't that far for his parents, so understood that why Vanderbilt never could be, because I mean where they're located, and
it can easily be one of the big spots for college football if they were to invest in it. Because we all know that. Go ahead.
A few years ago, I mean, Franklin, I think the guy that
James Franklin,
coaching,
Penn State.
Yeah. I mean, they getting them turned around there, but
they
haven't been much.
It's just one of them jobs that you'll go there and soon you quickly start breaking up Vanderbilt. Nobody's looking to stay at Vanderbilt to build it all the way up.
As soon as you win, you're looking for another job.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing I brought up before in the past. Like, I'm not saying this about just Franklin. I'm saying this about coaches in particular. Like, to me, they're too antsy to jump to go to the next best thing. Like, I think of Scott Frost. I know Scott Frost is a Nebraska guy, but just think if he would have stayed at UCF and actually built that program up to be something. But soon you get a little football as a coach, somebody wants you and you go to it, then you end up going there and be a disaster instead of actually building up. You know what I'm saying? Start actually building up the program and actually creating yourself. And I use Kirby Smart for an example. Kirby Smart, he was he could have left him before he did, but he was sitting there soaking up knowledge and stuff, and he had a perfect opportunity to leave Alabama. And when he left for Alabama, it was the perfect opportunity, the perfect situation. But a lot of coaches, they leave too fast and they go and be a disaster. Then they're going again.
Who's the coordinator from Alabama a few years ago?
You said the
I can't think of his name. And the coordinator from Alabama that went and coached Texas a few years ago.
Sarkisian. Sarkisian.
What?
I can't think the one before Sarkisian. Yeah, was it Herman?
Yeah. He went to
I
think he went to Texas, and then everybody thought, oh, that's a whole didn't really do anything. So I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Seriously. That's all I'm saying is some of y'all coaches, some coaches need to be patient. And wait for the routes. Learn, continue to learn and wait for the perfect opportunity to come. So another question from Spencer. What do you think? Go ahead.
First. That's fine. What I think about Texas and OU joining that team.
Yeah.
College sports and 4 conference, 4 power conferences, and I don't know what that's going to look like. So, I mean, you might as well get there, I guess, if that's where it's going to go to. I mean, they're going to make that SEC team. They're going to like that.
Yeah. So, defensive coordinator Brad White. What's your overall thoughts about the defensive coordinator right now?
I like Brad. I mean, we could be real, like not really the defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You know, he's a defensive mind. I'm sure they do it together, but as sole reigns, it's Mark Stoops' defense.
Yeah.
I think Brad's probably. I don't know. Stoops has ran the same defense. It hasn't changed. So
Yeah.
behind the scenes, does a lot of the coordination.
Yeah. Putting it. Yeah.
You know, all the position. You know, all that stuff. But as far as it's Mark Stoops, you know, that been 4-3, just you know, defense. You know, guy. So it's worked, except for this. You run that bend, but don't break a secondary.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have a pass this year at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mark Stoops. I like Mark Stoops, but before I ask you this question,
Okay.
what are your thoughts on the not high school, but the head coach not letting go of the play calling duties? And I'm not just talking about Kentucky. I'm talking about all of college football, because sometimes I think with some coaches that's the problem, that they can't relieve themselves of certain duties. And you know, as a head coach, you have too much like. I'm gonna use Texas A&M for an example.
The NFL's the same way.
Yeah, like I use Jimbo Fisher for an example. He wouldn't let go of the offensive play calling, so he had to bring in Bobby Petrino, and I think he did that because I think Jimbo know that. Yeah, they're not gonna take too many of seasons like this after we just got the #1 recruiting class and stuff like this. So he has to do something. I felt like he felt like he had to do something quick. And Bobby Petrino, you know, with all the stuff he got up under him, I think it was a good hire. Bobby Petrino, he calls offense pretty darn good.
When I saw that, I said, "Oh, SEC,"
Yeah,
because like I said earlier, it's not about the recruit really well. And Texas A&M is one of them, putting it together, and something because I think we're going to take too many more years like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As far as your question for how I feel about, like, I mean, not letting certain parts of it. I mean, which is out there. You know, I mean, the Nick Sabans, all those guys. I mean, I can't stand them. All of them, they, you know, you know, you have to let them. That seems to a better winning. You know, been the best to ever do it, and he plays. You know, and record.
So let's talk about Mark's overall thoughts on Mark Stoops.
So I think Mark Stoops is a phenomenal coach.
Yes, sir.
Mark, and I think he would he could go somewhere like an LSU, name one of those, you know, schools, and I think in the hunt to be a in the, you know, national champion. He's that good of a coach.
Yeah,
but he's at Kentucky. The reason why I think never leave is because if you Kentucky, we're not going to complain. We're like, hey, we could have done better. But as soon as you go to LSU, 3 games, 4 games,
Yeah.
Same in Auburn, same. I don't blame the guy. I mean, why not make $8 million that is happy with what you're doing? As long as you're winning games, going to bowl games, we're going to be happy. He's putting players in the NFL. He's recruiting. We're never going to be. We're never LSU. We're never going to be Georgia. But yeah, and I think we're getting there.
And with me, I look at Mark Stoops. Yeah. And I agree with you on Mark Stoops because that's cool. That's cool. And I agree with you on that because I look at what Kentucky gets out of the football program. You can look at Mark Stoops and the program and be like, he's a developer. He can develop what he gets and make the best out of it. And that's how I look at coaches. Like, can you develop your talent? Because it's one of them things. I go back to Texas A&M. They had all that recruiting class, and that is what you like. That top recruiting class, and that is what you came out with this season. You came out with that this season. So I look at something like he's developing. He is developing guys like Josh Allen, man. Like Josh Allen, that dude was crazy good to me.
Yeah. He was a no star recruit. Didn't have no stars, and we're picking the draft.
Yeah. Yep.
He was a monster.
Yeah, Josh.
He's doing good in the NFL too. But the hoops is he in the first 4 or 5 years he made him better. But he's recruiting really well now, like last in the country. I mean, now it's happening. We're doing good this year. It depends on which site you recruiting class this year. I mean, which is crazy. We're a top 20, like 8th or 9th in the SEC. But yeah, but it's talent. He's getting talent, and I think it's there. And the NIL is really helping. Kentucky's got some big boosters, and they're willing the money.
Yeah. So, next question is position that needs to be addressed right now. Moving on with Will Levis gone, positions right now.
Well, big transfer from the NC State coming in, quarterback. Pro this year, probably been a and he decided to come back. I think he's betting on himself. He went to because Kentucky runs a pro style offense in the NFL, so and Liam Cohen come over here too. I think we went out in the pieces like I talked about earlier. We got but other than I really think it's going to be a competition come camp to line positions. Talent's there, get it going. But is the big one, and edge rusher, and we're losing 3 archers this year, so to the NFL. What's the last time you heard Kentucky losing 3 in the NFL?
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you about we was talking about Devin Leary. What did you think the other quarterback that performed. I think I was in the Music Bowl, right? Was it the Music Bowl?
You know, I can't think of his name. Devin Larry is the answer.
Yeah, I think so. Because when I seen Devin Larry went to Kentucky, I was like, oh wow, that's experience at the quarterback position. Somebody that's really good. I said, ooh, that was a big key for me when I seen it. I'm like, yeah, that was a great pickup. Great pickup. So who are some of the players that y'all lost to in the transfer portal?
To talk about that because this just goes to show you where what Stoops has turned this around. We lost, Cavassier. He's going to play for Coach Prime in college, and then one of the head scratchers was Ted Goodwin. He was an offensive lineman this year, and he actually played pretty good and got a lot of playing time. And I thought he would come back next year. I think he's a junior, and I thought, okay, he kind of switched between this year, but I thought, all right, he's going to be somebody's year. But he transferred out. That's kind of a head. But the big one was Justin Rogers transferring out. Shows you where Kentucky football is right now. Is like he's going to play on Sunday. Kentucky's so deep.
Yeah.
At the defense, he wasn't going to play this year. He probably so that just shows you how deep we are. Like that, Like there's like 3 or 4 players in front of him probably going to play on Sunday. It's so, and on the defensive tackle, but he's gone. He went to Mississippi State, and they.
So what you just said on that is this is what I say about people when they're transferred. Like it's not the fact that they're not talented. It's just some of the dudes that are in front of them are so talented that it's kind of hard to top the depth chart when you so many people in front of you. Because I look at Jameson Williams when he came to Alabama. It wasn't that he wasn't good at Ohio State. It's just he had some dudes that was on the field with him that were just so talented that overshadowed him. That when you go, sometimes when these kids go to another school, they find their spot and they're able to shine like the star. It's not that they wasn't good at the school that was at. Just sometimes they do need to find a place. They need to find a home somewhere they can play. So
it's just like this the Tanner by this year now. Offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not much tape on him because he didn't very sparingly recruited player and wash at Alabama and I mean 5 guards in Alabama they're so
yep. Matter of fact, I remember when we recruited Turner Bowles, I was really high on him, but that's one thing I wish I can talk to some of these kids about. Some of these position offensive line. I play offensive line, and that is a development position. Sometimes you just gonna have to wait your time out at offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some kids are different. Some they come.
Hit your stride until you're a senior in college.
Exactly.
It may not click until you're a senior in college. Strength. Just you really don't get these.
Yep.
Out there that are 18, 19 years old that are you really don't start getting strong until you're 20.
Yep, that's facts. That is so true.
Yeah.
But transfer. So the players we already talked about it a little bit. Some of the players that y'all picked up from the portal, and one dude I noticed too at the running back position, Ray Davis. Do you know anything about Ray
Yeah.
Davis?
Well, I mean, he was the starting running back for Vanderbilt this year.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He you know, we're losing C-Rod, this year. So
Yeah, that dude was a beast.
so yeah, he was a monster. He just a freight train. The one that there's a couple positions each year under Mark Stoops that I have just don't worry about because he just running back's one of them. I in the mix because we have some talented running backs. I feel like to replace a guy like C-Rod, I feel like that's not an issue. I'm going to run the ball, and we got some talented guys. Cavassier Smoke was coming in, and he transferred out.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you the talent. So, yeah. The other thing is that I really think that under Liam Cohen this year if our offensive, we're really going to be able to spread people out. We've got we have we have caliber wide receivers. If you knew the Dean, like he's got first round written all over him, and try on all three of those guys that they are going to get people protect the quarterback. So I'm really excited about that. We've been really talented. Like, he's 6'3", 200 pounds. He is going to play on Sunday, and he's going to play big. He can do it all. He's good in traffic. The kid is, and he was just a freshman. He is going to be a problem.
Yeah. And another guy I realized, dude from North Carolina, was it Keshawn Silver?
I don't know much about him.
Size.
I haven't.
That's what I was going to ask you about. I like his size, but I really don't know much about him either.
Yeah, I don't know much about him either. The big names I've generally don't really start looking into, like, spring camps are over, seeing who's where and who's gonna when they start and stuff. I haven't really looked at him yet.
Yeah,
he may be the guy that popping up that everybody's talking about because he's got size, but I don't know much about him.
Yeah. So let's talk about who are some of the top players that you like that y'all signed on National Signing Day.
With really, I recruits and stuff. I don't really. I generally wait until after camps and then kind of read and look, see, because like you can have the star with all the talent in the world, the 5-star with all the talent. So he gets into camp, it's a whole other world. As a junior, senior, but as a freshman, you just or the strength or whatever yet. So
yeah,
I mean, I know I like just like recruiting rankings, and I look at the stars, but I look into like spring camp Earl.
Yeah. And with me, especially as an Alabama fan, we signed a lot of these top kids, but after the past couple years, I said that I'm getting tired of hyping. Like, it's nice that we signed the #1 class this year, one of Nick Saban's best classes, but I'm at the point now that I kind of want to see what you can do on the field. I'm like, the stars and stuff are nice, hype is nice, but
Exactly.
let's see what you can do on the field before we start hyping this up, because I go back to Blake Barnett all the time. We signed Blake Barnett. Jalen Hurts came in as a true freshman, and he was the #1 pocket passer in his class, and he had all this hype in the world. And I bring this up too. If NIL was around, time, he would have got so much NIL in it. But he started his first game against USC. He went in for a couple drives, and one of those drives he got sacked, and you can see this fright on his face, and he never got back in the game. And ever since then, he transferred to like 4 different schools and never planned out.
And look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones was, I think, he was in, and he was like a 3-star recruit who, where he committed to first. He committed to Kentucky first, but
yeah,
was the first one on him, and but y'all had all those recruits, and then ends up being Mac. So
and I'm gonna tell you about Mac Jones. Yeah, Mac Jones. I remember his freshman year. I went to the A-Day game that year. And Mac Jones was playing. And when I see him, I was calling back home telling people, I said, if Mac Jones stays at Alabama, he's gonna be that dude. And people like, who is that? People like, you crazy. He waited all his time. His last year, he shined that, and it was like, you were right. I said, I seen it. I said, I seen his drive. I seen his attitude on the field. I said, kid had it all. I said, he's making the throws and everything. I said, he had it. I seen it. I said, it was just a matter of was he gonna be patient, and he was patient.
And he was a lot more mobile. He could move. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how he's going to be in the NFL, but
that year he was the
NFL.
He was the we'll see. They just got out over there, and he seems excited to be working with Bill O'Brien. Alabama fans, we were happy to get rid of him, but I'm pretty sure other people in the country would have we would have took him, but yeah, we were like, yeah, y'all can have him. So hold on, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. So we put all this stuff there. We went through who y'all lost, y'all picked up in the portal, the recruiting thing. Give your thoughts on that. So now I want to, let's say we put this together. You get your team together ready for the season. So let's go over this. We're going over the schedule now. No, we're going over the projected depth chart. I'm sorry. Yeah, projected depth chart. I'm trying to pull it up. I put all this stuff on my phone because writing it, I suck at writing.
I put that on my phone too. It's. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
Course,
let's start at the quarterback position.
Devin Leary is going to be the quarterback. That's already set in stone. But running back, we got McLean, played really good last year. He kind of he's kind of the reason why Kavas transferred, because he beat Kavas for that second running back. After about game 5 or 6, he really didn't even play much. He kind of beat him out for that. And then, like you said earlier, we got your built running back. I don't worry about running. Stoops, they'll figure that out. I think the back core will be fine. They all, but then it runs where Kentucky.
I just want to come in on the running back situation because I'm like you with running backs. I really don't stress running backs because if you got a good offensive lineman, if somebody gonna block for them, running backs can play. It really doesn't to me honestly, it really doesn't matter. Now Alabama, we get a lot of high caliber running backs, but I'm like they have a high caliber line too, so you know. And I look at the NFL. I look at the NFL. A lot of running backs that end up shining in the NFL were players that you like. What school did he come from? What school did he come from? You know.
For me, it's I don't think on a running back that can and play and do in the running game, but for a running back, you catch a pass out of the backfield. That is what makes a difference in a running back now. I think the running back position was 15, 20 years ago. So
yeah, fact.
that's just not really even worry about it. Wide receivers where Kentucky is not only are we deep, we are super talented. Like I said, our ex receiver, our Dean Kane, is he's a 6'3" guy that can flat out run, and it's like I predict him to be all SEC. He's a 3-year guy. He'll be a top 3 come draft time.
Gotcha.
I really believe the way he can high point the ball, the way he catches he catches big. Like you're like, how did he do that? He kind of reminds me of who's the guy that played for Greek, plays for the Monte Adams kind of guy, where he's just,
gotcha.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. But then we have Dane Brown, which was because Dane Key was a 4-star, coming out of Lexington Catholic, like every of him. He's a Kentucky kid there. If he was from any, he'd probably be playing at Georgia, Alabama, like that. But he's from Kentucky, Lexington, where so he's and then
So before you move on, so guys, yes, I put a title for clickbaitish, but I'm telling you, when you really go do your homework on the talent that Kentucky has, is another reason why I put it. Because yes, most people be like Kentucky football is Kentucky football, but talent, they really have talent. And I want to go back to the quarterback position. Devin Leary is going to be key with the offensive. Lincoln Coleman coming back for a second stint. It is talent, and if it's put together well, and they address these key positions, Kentucky really can be a problem. It's one of those. I mean, this is my opinion.
They can't.
This is my opinion.
I believe,
and this is actually doing your homework on.
I truly believe this year line problems and gets a pass rush, 25 teams all year, and not a team. And not. I think they're gonna be good. I really do. And I didn't. And I'm had this last year. We had coming back and we were what pre-season 19-20 in the country or something like that. I'm way more excited for this year's team than I really believe that really do something here. But you said you wanted to go. So we have Baron Brown, who was a freshman.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
He was a recruit too, but not nearly the. He actually played really good too. He's more of he's more of a slot kind of guy, but
Yeah, exactly.
He's Trayvon Robinson, who is last year he played phenomenal this year. They're going to play on Sunday, and I said about Kentucky football having 3 wide receivers on one team, and then tight end. We didn't use tight ends this year. Past, I don't. As far as in the simple fact that we had to go max but Liam Cohen really like Jordan Dingle. He's a red. He's going to be a good one. He's good, but he had some pretty good games this year when we sent him out there, and he's a talented kid, but like this year because of if you're off can't block, you gotta put the help out, and that's basically all he did this year. Might help with the Max Pro stuff. Offensive line, like I said, we get portal, but they're going into spring as a position on the offense. After spring, you're going to have to go in there and they're going to be on that offensive line because I don't see Stoops. Stoops he's not going to let that happen again. Guard with an offensive line that not control the edge. It was like I sometimes last year because they could not get it together.
Hey, so let me ask you this. Because Spencer in the chat, he was asking me earlier in comments about what you were saying about the offensive line just now. How big of a key is it going to be for the running backs to be a lock out the back? I think he got a question up here on the screen right now about the running back missing his block on the edge rush. So
yeah.
How are your running backs?
So that much as I love Chris Rodriguez as a running back, downfall. Like he's not a back. He really wasn't. Really didn't have that third down back this year. That guy either go off for a pass or help pass protect. Because that wasn't Chris. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely would have helped this. It was like Swiss. But yeah, so you want me to get into the defense?
Yeah, we can go to the defense. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so defense, defensive tackles, we are talented. A lot of talent and a lot of depth. Like we have so much fail type talent on Sunday, transferred out because he just because we deep with 4 or 5 deep at just the deep that is really talented there, and then on the edge, like the offensive line, I think they're going to have to go into spring and they're going to have to figure out because we got to find somebody. The one-on-one battle on the edge, you have to have you can't blitz ever down. You've got to be when it's third and 3, 4, you gotta have that guy that can win a one-on-one. You have to, because if you're third down in the SEC, it's just gonna happen. It's not something you can do. You know, I think we have talent there. We'll see. Said like we Zadarius Smith, Josh Allen. We've had the talent, so I think there's probably a couple out. And I think that's another happen again this year. There's our pass rush just be so lackluster. Yeah, you know.
And see,
like I said,
I agree. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, and see, I agree with you with the pass rushing situation because, you know, I'm a Bama fan of Bama all the time. So that was our biggest problem. Like, we was questioning why we wasn't getting turnovers, why we wasn't getting a lot of turnovers. When you pass at Alabama defense, it was the defensive line disrupting the quarterback what caused a lot of the interceptions and turnovers. And this year, last past couple of years, we haven't been getting that push in the middle to affect the quarterback like we need to. And that's why this season is a result of lack of interceptions, forced fumbles, and all that, because we wasn't getting that force. And we drawing up our blitzes this year, we were not hitting home with our blitzes with him toe-to-toe. And so I agree with you.
It makes all the difference to have one guy on the edge that can win a one-on-one battle, that can blow up a double team. You know?
Yes.
You have to, you don't have to have that can do that. But if you got a couple, or you sprinkle in the guys that are, that quarterback has to find number 94. Know that, hey, all right, I need to move back over here. Or I need this guy right here because he's about to come off the edge, or to have that guy. You're going to have anything.
Yeah. Yep.
So
how do y'all
on though?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go. No, we're about to move on back. So just keep on. Yeah, you good.
Our linebackers. We have talent. We and I'd say 2 or 3 starters are probably going to get drafted.
And
linebacker, but that's a linebacker kind of like I do running back. Like we don't. I feel like we had some guys that filled in this year that did just fine. I think Stoops of a then he is a size kind of guy when it which it's nice to have both, but our linebackers are a little on the smaller side. So I think maybe those guys are anyway. It's hard to find the 250-pounder linebacker.
Yeah.
Those guys, not finding very many of those guys, but you can find a lot of 220-pound guys that can play.
Yeah.
So we have more of those kind of, and I secondary is that's Stoops. We got the 2 transfer. The thing about the RC got so much talent on the secondary right now that it's not a given that they're going to play. They're going to start losing.
Yeah.
He was a redshirt sophomore. He's going to the NFL. He's either redshirt sophomore, junior. But he's going to get drafted. But like secondary, we'll be fine. So the main thing is that we're moving on from our kicker. I don't even like to say his name because he was red shirt. He was one of those super seniors this year, and and I'm not going to say his name. He's a nice guy, but he has to be the worst kicker to play. And like I don't understand. Do something like literally we lost. He couldn't make simple little chip shots and extra points.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing at kicker, but that'd be better than what we've had.
Hey, as a Bama fan, I know about having bad kickers.
Oh God.
We actually got our kicker returning, and I was so happy to hear. I'm like because he easily could have went to the NFL and be good in the NFL, but he said he's coming back. Will Riker is coming back, so I understand your feeling about having a bad kicker.
Yeah,
I understand that feeling. Ooh.
That's the most frustrating thing, especially when you lose a game.
It is.
You played a good game, and then you lose simply because I mean that's so.
And I'm gonna tell you about a story my uncle told me. My uncle played college football, and like in the 90s. Till today, I hate kickers. He said because when we was in college, he said kickers did nothing but kick. He said they didn't have the condition, they didn't do none of that. The only thing they was doing is kicking. He said in practice, if they missed a field goal, they would have to do the conditioning for it. He said, but in the game when you need them to kick, he said they missed a field goal. He was like, this is the only thing you've been doing in practice is kicking the ball. He said, I hate kickers to the day. He said, I cannot stand kickers. I hate them.
Hey, but if they're good though.
Yeah, if they're good. It is a different thing if they're good. Yep.
Yeah, if they're good someday too. So that's
yeah, man. So football. I feel like let's go over this schedule. This is what I really want to do. This schedule that y'all have. And like I said,
so
me personally, y'all start off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we'll start off for. Then my question: what are they going to be like? I think Florida is the most underachieving like the last 5 years, and I don't think anybody can. They just don't. They just what it is. I mean, we probably four years, and I think we'll beat Florida. I do. I think we'll start, and then we'll take that L. But the thing about Kentucky and Georgia, Kentucky plays Georgia tough every time.
And this season y'all played them tough.
Yeah, we did this season. Every year, whether we play at home or away, puts it on us. We never beat them, but and it's always it's always going into the fourth quarter, and it was this year. And talent prevails. I mean, they're played good against them, but we'll lose that game. And there's another team.
And see, this is me. This is why I say, well, they beat Georgia. Both teams are going through a quarterback change right now. I think Devin Leary has the most experience of both quarterbacks. And this is what I know. This is the time that you can't sneak up and beat a team like Alabama or Georgia is when you're going through these quarterback changes right now. Like, because now we're going to see we expect the quarterbacks to be good, but we don't know. We don't know. You know, a South Carolina and Georgia game can happen. You know, Alabama versus whoever we lose to. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. You know, it can happen. And
Yeah.
again, do your homework on other teams. This is why I like special teams podcasts, because I talk about it all, and it forces me to go do my homework on the Georgia or on Mississippi State, and you start finding out. I'd be like, dang, these dudes are talented for real. Like if it's put together the right way, it could be. But I do say this about a team like a Georgia, Alabama, real champions rise to the occasion, and that's the case with Georgia. You know, you play them tight to the end, but in the end, real champions they rise up when it matters. You know, so. But I say this is a game that, you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Got to fix the offensive line. Like if our
Yeah,
like I said, either on the outside is we may have, and I know people, Kentucky might have the most talented. They really might.
Mm-hmm.
And because they I mean, I'm Georgia or Alabama's wide receiver, but they're right up there with them. Because I mean, we have a way that Dane Key will probably be here, maybe not next year, but his junior year, All-American, probably the best wide receiver. He's that talented. And when you have that kind of talent, and sneak up on somebody.
Yeah.
And Georgia, I'm not going to say we're going to beat Georgia, but
yeah,
it could. So it'll be all right. So I think we'll lose. I think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be a good game. Fourth quarter. Then I think we'll be another team that has actually played good. They played good, surprisingly. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I think
especially how they played Georgia this year. Like,
yeah. Well, them and overachieved this year. And I really thought. I was like, wow, I thought they were. You know, and I think we'll beat Missouri, and then people mad with this one. Tennessee caught lightning in a bottle this year. Think that they got there was a lot. I don't think so with Tennessee. They program anymore. They are not the 19. Sorry, you're not Tennessee. You think you? I don't think you're any more talented than Kentucky. Put them on about the same level as Kentucky. As I think they caught lightning in a bottle this year. They had a wild, blew the top off of defenses. I mean, I think I Alabama off guard. I don't think that dude was just gonna be able to light them up. Like I was watching that game, I was like, golly, why that guy? Just take him and you'll beat him. And I was like, just take that guy out of the game in Alabama, and they didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know. I put a can up on a corner and put a safety over top of him and take. I don't know, but that was a weird.
Golden.
I don't think you're going to have
those P Golden
season you had. Yeah.
No in-game adjustments all season long, but yeah.
Yeah, what that was all about, like, because Alabama, all you had to do was take that guy out, take the or whatever the wide receiver is. I mean, he's a talent. He's going to play on Sunday, but really y'all had the ability to just make him one-dimensional, and y'all didn't do it.
Hey, so
So
I'm gonna ask you this about Tennessee.
think we
Before, let me ask you this about Tennessee before we move on.
go ahead.
Me and you both said that. We said it. I said it before the show that I feel like Tennessee just had one of those years. But let's fast forward to the ball game against Clemson. They had a lot of opt outs, and they still looked really good. What was your thoughts on that? Because I will say this: the quarterback that they have coming along, Milton, that dude's good too. I'm not gonna
Is
What
thing is
had a lot of opt outs too.
Tennessee
Tennessee.
has they've had some talent. Not like they haven't had talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's true.
I mean, I could have a bad take on this. I just don't like you ask a Tennessee fan, they think they're 98 Tennessee with Peyton Manning.
Yes,
I'm sorry,
that's true.
it's just not.
That's true.
Like they're a good. They're probably, there's tiers in the SEC. Your top tier. Your next tier would be LSU, and then but I don't even put Florida there anymore. Gotta do something. I don't know. With all that talent, I can't afford it. Is where they are at with all the talent. It's inexcusable, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But then I put LSU kind of on the next tier. Florida, kind of. Old interchangeable. I think they're all talented now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll go back to the schedule. So Tennessee, I think will be, what would that be? One right there in Tennessee. But then and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Lucky never plays good against Mississippi State. I think we probably lose at Mississippi State. And then we go to Alabama. So that puts us 8-3. What do you think about South Carolina? Do you think that they're going
to South Carolina, they're sneaky.
Spencer Rattler,
they're sneaky good.
Stuff?
He's coming back, and I'm going to tell you, this is what I say about teams like South Carolina. Those players believe in Shane. When you get players to buy into your program and buy into what you're selling, that's a good recipe for a winning team. So as of right now, when the season starts, we'll see more. But as of right now, I kind of get an edge to South Carolina on this one. Just off how they've been playing highly motivated.
I think that game there is a toss-up, and 9-2 or 8-3. I think Kentucky's could toss up game of the year, and it's at South Carolina. Probably wins that one too. So I would say 8-3, and then of course we go. We both know what's going to happen there. Louisville's going to see. Yeah. So 9 wins is not out of the question, but the question.
Yeah.
Here,
that was another thing. I think caught my attention. When I seen the schedule, I was like, I said Kentucky can actually be something good. Like they can actually do good in the schedule, actually.
Non-citrus bowl or one of those big bowls. What was the Music City Bowl? I honestly thought that was kind of ridiculous bowl, but City Bowl. So a lot of people outside of Kentucky didn't realize this. It was playing on this time, the Kentucky basketball was.
Yeah.
I
I didn't realize
that.
That's
Yeah, what kind of schedule?
yeah.
Why would you put?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
do some research. Don't put us in that time block because
because
the
the fan base
are going to be
go by basketball.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's against Louisville. You know, I mean, come on. The worst thing I ever saw. I was like, I'm making money. You know, that's all they are. They're and you want to make money. Why would you bowl game at that time block? Like that was. Yeah.
I am one. What's going on? He always called me Kirby Smart Jr. Man, thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for what y'all think about Georgia. We think Georgia sucks. This is what we think about Georgia. Georgia is horrible.
I think this. I think LSU is going to be I really do in the SEC.
Hey,
I think that LSU.
hey,
That LSU Alabama game this year is gonna. It's gonna be a good one, but it's of things. That's gonna be a big game.
Hey, so honestly, I agree with you 100%. And I'm gonna do something on my other channel. I'm gonna pull up best of all the top games in the Power 5 conference that are critical. That to me are some of the top games, and that is one of them. Alabama, LSU, and I really think LSU they're onto something right now, man. Like what Brian Kelly did in the first year, that's special because I really think LSU was with Brian Kelly as the first year coach. I didn't think he was gonna do this. I'd be like, dang, he really got some special over there. But my question for LSU, Jaden Daniels is coming back, and they also have Gary Nussmeier. And yeah, Gary Nussmeier kid, he is good, man. He can sling it and he gets into the wide receiver. So who would you want to go?
Transfer portal.
I'm asking you.
I mean, you just gotta you gotta see who comes out on top.
Yeah. Because to me, last couple games with the SEC championship, and yeah, it is.
It's a pretty good
but
position
SEC,
to have yourself.
But the SEC championship and even in the ball game they played, Gary, the offense looks a lot better to me with Nussmeier in the game, but it isn't bad with Jaden Daniels in the game neither. It just game looks very different for LSU with Nussmeier in the game. And in today's football, you need that type of quarterback to continue to beat top tier teams.
Yeah, you got to be able.
But like you said, that's
you got to.
Like you said, it's a great situation to be in.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the SEC is going to have two. What it depends on. I've seen outlets put different things out, but it looks like you may have top 5 season right there. So, I mean, but that's
so. Let me ask you
spoken territory for the SEC. Though.
Yeah, let's talk about this real quick. 12-team playoff. 12-team playoff. How do you feel about that for one?
I like it. I do.
Okay. So.
Well, I like it because you could be a team, don't have it all together, and you lose one, you're done. In game 8, 9, you may be playing the best done because you lost one at the beginning of the season.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, of course, chips or whatever here and there, but I don't know. It does take the aspect of every game, but it also, I think more teams have a chance.
Yeah. Okay. I got mixed feelings about it. I like it because as a Bama fan, I'm like, hey, we're just gonna be in the playoff every year. But to me, some irrelevant teams are going to get in there, and the brakes are going to get beat off of them, and it still will boil down to top tier schools. So what I mean by top
TCU.
tier schools, yeah, yes, yes, but it still boils down to the top 10 schools. Because let's say we started the 12-team playoffs this season. Alabama, I feel like would have fought their way back to the top 4. You would have been in the mix probably. You know what I'm saying? It's still the top tier teams.
LSU was playing as good as anybody.
Mm-hmm. And just think about it. It would have been an SEC because Tennessee would have been in it. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it would have been the only team outside those teams that compete was Ohio State.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's you got him, but you got to give Ohio State their credit. You have to.
Yeah. So this is kind of off the script a little bit. This is completely off the script ball. So I know your son is a baseball player. Does he have any interest or what school does he want to go to for baseball?
He does. He is a UK fan, but he my son's he's not being he can't get recruited yet. Technically, can't get recruited yet.
Yeah.
He would love. We'll put it that way. He talent. He has the drive, but to be a top level player like that, I tell him all the time. Like, you know what, you have some things like you have to get out there that you catch lucky because I mean they can play, but you have to just keep getting after it and let the cards fall where they will. But yeah, what he loves his dream school would be to play at Vanderbilt. Kid that wants to play college baseball, but hey,
yeah.
If Kentucky or one of Alabama or somebody like that came calling.
I played baseball in high school. I played that was baseball. I played football too, but football as much as I do football as much as baseball. And this is what I've seen throughout the years. Like I try to tell them that your dream is to go to these top schools or whatever, but baseball you really can make it happen anywhere you go. You just wherever you go, you have to produce. And with baseball, it's one of those things that it sounds cliche, but baseball you really have to work hard. You really have to stay in the weight room. If you're hitting off tees, you be a step ahead of the next dude because baseball is really it's challenging mentally and physically.
Have all that, but if you don't have the consistency every day, and in the off season, it's not like football where you could take a couple of months off and then go get back on the track and run and get back and shake. Baseball's not that way. You have to play to be able to maybe not throwing and pitching year round,
but hitting.
So you have to keep your skills. plays football too. He's definitely a
yeah. And I tell people all the time, I said, like you just said, baseball is not sport where you can sit out for a couple of months. I said, you don't understand. If you want to be a great MLB player, go to the playoffs or the World Series. I said, I guarantee you, they're right back out there. They're right
in the
back out there
cage.
in the cages. They're doing
next
yeah,
week.
yeah.
They are.
I said, because
Yeah.
baseball is not a sport. You just sit down and.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. It's a year round. Maybe not for pitchers. You know, pitchers have to have.
Yeah, pitchers. Yeah, exactly.
But if you're a hitter, it's a year round thing. You need to be games a week in the off season and programs and fielding. Yeah. That's why I've told them it's not about whether you have the talent, it's whether you have the.
Yeah, and baseball is that sport. Are you gonna work harder than the next dude? Like, cause I seen a lot of talented dudes didn't make it. I seen the dudes that they weren't that talented, but they were hard. That became that talented, but it was the hard work that they put in that got them there.
And it's way too, but I think baseball is it's the ultimate sport in hard work. It really is. I mean, the hardest thing there is to do.
Yeah. No, this is what I tell people. I say, if you make it in baseball, you deserved it. I said, you deserved it. If you
worked
to the top, you really deserved it. But man, hey, appreciate you coming on the show, and I guarantee you we're gonna do more of this because now that I know you're a guy, we can do some basketball stuff. I'm gonna see how this baseball season how I'm gonna try to incorporate baseball in this, and we can do some baseball. We gonna work. We're gonna work. I like this.
Okay,
I like
good.
You do your homework.
Good. Maybe we
get a I love this.
March Madness thing going. Get a March Madness thing going.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
That'd be cool. Oh, thank you for that. That'd be cool. That's real cool.
I got to. Who you got Sunday?
Sunday, I'm going with the Bills and the Eagles.
Bengals and the Niners.
Beagle.
It's just Joe Burrow. Like, and just say that best talent I've ever seen at quarterback, but Joe Burrow.
And you know, this is why I got the Bengals, because of the same guy, Joe Burrow. Like, I tell people, confidence is a crazy thing.
He's just
they are feeling themselves.
And, and I'm a Browns fan, and it kills me to say he's a whiz.
Hey, I don't think I ever met a Browns fan before.
Hey,
I never heard nobody say I'm a Browns fan.
Hey,
and it's funny because I'm a diehard Buccaneers. I'm a diehard Buccaneers fan.
I'm not.
And my favorite player, my favorite player of all time was Mike Allstott. I love Mike Allstott. Say it again. I didn't catch it.
I said I was always a big
Warren
Sapp.
Oh, Warren Sapp. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was nasty. Warren Sapp. I remember that. Warren Sapp. They had Simeon Rice at one. Derek. Oh my God. Brian Lynch. Their defense. Oh my God. I missed that defense.
They won a Super Bowl. So yeah. it was nice. It's been good
quarterback.
talking to you. It's been
Oh, yes, sir.
good talking
Yes, sir.
to you.
Yeah, man, we're gonna do more. This was great. This was great. Appreciate you for tuning in. And we went an hour and 40 minutes. It don't even seem like it. Never seems like it, man. It never seems like it.
Does it? I just looked at the
like
clock
I
and
said,
I was like, wow.
yeah. But like I said, I appreciate you giving me your time for the day. Hey, thank everybody in the chat for tuning in. If y'all are not subscribed, Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV, my other YouTube channel, please go tune into that. Please, that channel. You know, I do content over there. I just started. It's like I'm at 4 weeks, and I think I already have 292, 91 subscribers already. So y'all are helping me out, growing it pretty fast. 4th week, and I'm already at that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And if anybody is on Instagram, hey, follow me on Instagram at Saban_Junior9. You know, I appreciate that. And hey, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Matt, for tuning in Kentucky football. Like I said, I love talking football. So, hey, you can hook me up with your other guy if you like, because I want to do some Mississippi State stuff too. You got this is for you. Comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all, this has been another episode of this podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it. Hey, share with all your Kentucky too, man, if you don't mind. And this has been another episode, and thank y'all for tuning in. And we out, guys.